Hi guys, good afternoon. It is the 13th of June. It's 12:55 p.m. here in the UK. So let's do a quick analysis of US30. Before that, I'll show you guys a trade I went in yesterday, which really made me upset, but um, it is what it is. So I entered on this print here on this bullish pin bar because I was so certain price was going to go up. Having said that, so you can see this red what you call that horizontal one dotted line. That was the gap that was on the daily time frame. If you guys watched the previous analysis, you would have showed I would have showed you guys where I thought price action might go to because of the gap. It might go there to fill, which it did at the end of yesterday. Um, but I got wicked out right there. So there we go. So I did think like price was gonna go up after this, but no, it didn't. So this was, and I put my stop loss below the higher low here, and I thought that would be fine. But no, it came out, took this liquidity sweep out here, and it decided to go all the way. If you guys can see, it literally went all the way up. So yesterday my loss was 0.3%. I lost $317, I think. So yeah, I mean it is what it is. And I think price did hit my target. The actual take profit to later 191 pips. That's just insane. But it is what it is, you know. So that was frustrating. But I feel like what I feel like sometimes it's better if price actually just goes in the opposite direction, totally away from the buyers. It makes you feel like, hey, you know what? Price actually went the other direction. This is an annoying trade just because when it actually goes in your direction and then it just you get wicked out or you get taken out just by a bit, a couple of pips, and price then goes back. But this is very normal, I feel. It happens to I think almost every trader. So I think my after analyzing this trade, if I could redo things again, I think my stop loss would be below this liquidity sweep, if you guys can see this. So this is where I think the problem was because it came down to almost touch this point here. Here was a good support resistance level. And so the stop loss should really have been here. And if this had been the case, I would not have been stopped out and I won the trade really nicely. So lesson learned, to really, really watch for liquidity sweeps more diligently, but it's fine. It's a small loss, and that's the reason why I always repeat this because these are all lessons that I've learned throughout the time of my trading. That we have to be so mindful of our risk percentage because this is always what I say: the more you lose, the more you've got to make back, especially if you're trading in a prop firm funding. So, just a reminder to you guys: don't over leverage. I mean, you can add more lot sizes when you are in deep in profit maybe. And also another thing that I could have done better yesterday was to actually adjust my stop loss, guys. Like that was just insane. Like I literally hit a good, I'm pretty sure I would have hit a good 50 pips there. I'll show you guys that. I'm pretty sure I would have hit. There we go. Look at the number of pips in that. It's insane. But then I should have adjusted it back to break even or slightly above break even, so I would not have hit the stop loss. And then I can look for a new re-entry somewhere around this point. You guys get me? So this was another thing that I missed just because I was not watching the trade, like on like 24/7 kind of thing. I just let it play out. But yeah, there we go. So this was really bad in a sense that I could have done better here. Okay, so there we go. So that's the trade for you yesterday. I'm not trading today because of CPI news, but let's just do a quick analysis of what I think price could do. I do think price is still bullish, to be honest, in a sense that it is going to take liquidity levels up. So I do think price would possibly come out to this level. The price is teetering here, but today it's got CPI. So price possibly could come out of this box. So I'm actually going to drop it down so that it probably gives us a clearer picture. Um, okay. Let's see what I'm just trying to figure out where did I draw this box here now. Like That is a box that I've drawn, and I'm just wondering why I drew that. Now, I should have labeled it, so my bad. I'm just going to get rid of it right now because I'm not able to. Okay. Okay, so I do still think price is, if you can see that it's very nicely on the uptrend right now. So I do think price would still, though I do believe price is going to give us a nice shot in the very near future. But as far as CPI news is concerned, it's just so yeah, I don't like the fact that, the price doesn't really respect the norms like how it normally would. So I do feel like price could really go out here, do a liquidity sweep, and then really give us a drop. So as of today, I'm not going to be trading just to stay safe and just be away from the market unless I really do see a very nice rejection happen. And I know for a fact on the lower time frame we are going to be selling shorts and it's going to give us a nice wave pattern down, then probably I would enter if I do see a nice entry. But I would then have to keep my eyes really peeled because slippage is so bad with my forex funds, and so therefore I have to be really careful with very fast sweeps or fast movements, which is the reason why I kind of tend to avoid rate folder timings, particularly like CPI and NFP week, because it's not just during the rate folder timing. The volatility happens like literally throughout the day sometimes, and it's so unpredictable. So I don't like to kind of trade under those market conditions because I have before and I've paid a heavy price, and there are times that I would have caught a beautiful sweep. I think in my previous challenge, which the first phase, I did a trade which was during an NFP week. It was one of the days during that week, and I got a very clean sweep. In fact, that was the week that we actually made the most in one single trade. And again, you see that to me, that was because a very clear definition of rejection pattern in one direction. I think we were doing sales at that point. I can't remember now. But anyway, and then he gave us like nice pattern downwards, and it was really, really pushing in that direction. You could see the the market was very strong in that one direction, and so therefore I was good in that. And I took it and it worked out well. But having said that, it doesn't always happen that way because there's many times that I've got wicked up and by very fast movements, and it's not a nice feeling because you may have a stop loss in there, and because of the fast movement and slippage, it doesn't respect the stop loss. In fact, price doesn't have the time to fulfill your stop loss order in on time, and so therefore it actually goes overboard, and sometimes you lose more than what you actually wanted to, and that's just not nice. Okay, so that's the reason why I kind of tend to avoid all of this now. So yeah, I do think that price would come down to a zone, potentially this one, in the near future, but I'm just waiting to see what the news would give us today. I do feel price could shoot up first. I don't know. That's what I do think. I think price could give us a positive liquidity sweep up here and then make its way down. So let's see what the news does, and safe tradely, safe patiently, and happy trading. And I'll see you guys back with another video. Okay. So, but anyway, just before I go, key area of interest is this zone here, guys. So it is around the 34,200 to 34,400 mark. It may even go up to 34,5 to 6, or maybe even the 34,600 mark. But may not actually go that high. I don't believe so. But I do feel like possibly there's liquidity sweep on this zone, and give us a nice sell. So let's see how that goes, and see you back again with another video tomorrow.